この感触、この匂い。ハンバーガーがドリンクポテト付きで出てきた。
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing some Robin. So with the new Sky Island stuff that was support for the yellow Luffy, we got some pretty interesting things for our girl here, because mainly this new Robin only looks for a Straw Hat crew type character and it's yellow, so there's only a couple yellow Straw Hats that can use it. Among them is our girl Nico Robin. So we are running for Sky Island, we're running the Robin, a couple of the new secret Luffys, Kalgara, who's really nice to work with both Nico Robins to draw us a card, or if we can manage to take a life from our opponent, we get to draw a card there. And then Sky Island, we have Zoro, Shura, this new Nami here, and then some events. We have the Zero Cost event and Raigo. So a good amount of Sky Island stuff. I did try to find room for the Ohm and Holy package, but I found that I wasn't able to keep my trigger count high enough trying those, because pretty much all of those, the Ohm, the Holy, and the cards that kind of fill the deck around them, they just don't have triggers, so it's hard to get that first ramp from your leader, and you're kind of putting yourself back. In this deck, if you go second, you can do a turn 3, either one of our Robins, which can be really strong, and then we sit back and go into kind of a heal, kind of outlast kind of game plan. We have a lot of ways to attack our board, and then of course our banish leader always is exerting pressure that's kind of forcing them to discard cards and lose card advantage. So that's kind of a summary of the deck, and let's go ahead and hop into some games. Alright, first up we have Green Zoro. This is not generally a good matchup, but I think we can keep it here. We've got a good number of searchers here, and we're just going to pray that we can get to the right spot here. Searcher Nami, we have to grab the Zoro here and pass. We're going to have to pitch one of these Sanjis to leader ability. Yeah, here comes the 8. Not a surprise there. Good that we hit here. And actually, in the context of that, I'm actually going to do another search and just swing a 7. Because usually they're going to take that if it's a smaller swing. And we're also not giving them anything really nice to swing into. We're going to grab this one here and pass. This Robin is actually quite good because it's hard for them to KO here. Yeah, that's fine. We get to use our other Nami to KO that. We're going to take 8 here. Ooh, we even get a trigger. Trigger Sky Island card. Let's go ahead and grab the Kalgara. And let's swing Nami at Quina. And then Shura at Quina. Alright, well that's fine. I will continue to take cards out of your hand. We won't need that. Here we are going to do the Kalgara. I think we have some angle here, and I think we'll be able to survive, not go to 0 here, especially if they're playing out stuff like this. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not surprising that they're just going to swing here like this. And we will just take this one. Good, we have 2 of these Robins here. We're actually in a pretty decent spot here. Our opponent is really kind of going to be starved for cards here. And we've got a big old handful. We have 1 giant, so we can do 7/7 here, and then play out the Robin to heal again. I think we're actually in a really good spot if they're taking all of these. Use card action, gain 2 life, and pass. Between Gum Gum Giant and 2 life, it's really tough for our opponent to kill us, especially if we have 10 cards in hand. And if they're not going to try to... I'm putting one there. Interesting choice here. A 6. I'm actually going to use my giant here. We will get rid of, I think, the Sanji here, protecting this, because this is a lot of cards that we're getting out of it. Electrical Luna, 5 here. This is the easy counter. We can use this one. 5 here. We can use one of our... we'll use this Robin. 8 we will take. Oh, and they just passed or tucked it in here. I think with the number of cards we had, we were just going to heal another time and then probably have 5 swings on the following turn. So I think we were in a pretty strong spot. Not having a second Gum Jump Giant would have potentially been bad, but I think we could have made it work. So glad we were able to beat this one. This can be a really tough matchup, but let's hop into the next one. All right, we have another green Zoro. Again, I'll go second. Yeah, this feels good. We will keep this. If we can find a Shura off this Nami, we will take the opportunity. Then we can pitch the Sanji and give them nothing worth swinging into. Here, we definitely have to play out the Nami now. We will grab the Shura, and then we'll pass here. The Hiyori, being able to swing into the Hiyori is important. If our opponent swings a 7, we will just take. If they just sit on Hiyori, we'll just wait another turn, play another guy who can swing at it, and kind of go from there. Yep, they do the search. Grabbing that Zoro, a 7 here, we will take. I don't think we need to trigger that. We're gonna go 2. We're gonna go 7. We're gonna pitch the Sanji. And then we're going to play Shura, grabbing Kalgara, and pass. I expect an 8 coming at this Nami, probably a Tashigi out of our opponent. Green Zoro is relatively predictable. The other thing they can do is maybe Mihawk into Zoro into the... Okay, there's Mihawk into the Zoro that we saw them search for. Restand 2, and then 9-9. Yep, 9-9. We take that. And we take that. We will use this trigger. Here we will discard, I think, one, probably this Luffy. And we'll pick up another giant. Oh, that's a little bit too many giants. Something we have to definitely pay attention to. So here, Robin, use card action, gain a life, and play out you. And then a 5 with Banish. Again, we do not have to counter or trash here. We are definitely susceptible here, and I'm expecting them to take. Well, they want to take here, and then we get the trigger off of Kalgara. We are a little precarious here. We don't have access to much counter. We will, as long as we don't go to 0, get to heal with Robin and hold up the Gum Gum Giants, which I think should work out for us pretty well. I don't think they're going to be able to put us to 0 this turn. It's a little bit early for that. Okay, there's the Tashigi. Kind of expected the Tashigi. And then they're going to go 8 at it. If they just go with the 1-8 at it, I think I will defend it. Here, no block, 2K. Oh, unfortunately, this does mean we might have to go to 0. But they do it out of order. If they had swung with the 5 first, I'm actually going to protect this Sanji. I think this is going to be useful for us. So we're going to go 5 with Banish. No trashing. These Kingdom Comes are not super great, but because I'm not doing very much dino-minusing, I almost never need to do anything else. So we're going to hold up a couple Gum Gum Giants here, and then we'll do a 6. They're probably going to take one of these. Yeah, there we go. We get a card draw, and then we'll do a 7. And then we'll play out this Robin, use card action, gain 2 life, and pass the turn. I think we can survive with 2 Gum Gum Giants here. If they want to use Dead Man's Game, then they can get us probably. But they have to know that they need to use it this turn, I think. They could go at board, which works out, I think, in our favor. Because we can just heal another time. We are most interested in protecting the Kagura over the, well, I mean, obviously over the Sanji because it's just better overall. But maybe even over Robin, depending on what their swings are. If we can make it work, we might go for that. It's interesting not really having to go to Tendon with this deck when all of our top end is 7 costs. It makes it a lot easier to use these giants, and you don't have to use leader ability quite as often, which is a pretty nice balance there. Law here. Cavendish, that's an interesting one here. I think they're setting up to survive another turn. That seems maybe foolhardy. But we're definitely going to snap off the first giant, almost certainly. If the first swing is at Sanji, we might let Sanji go. But we are definitely going to try to use up at least one of these giants this turn to try to get us a better hand. Where are they going to go with the 8? They're going to go at the Kagura. So here we are actually going to just use the giant here. We get another Robin, so that means we have that as an option. And we have 2 2Ks and a 1K. Yeah, we let Sanji go. They have 2 blockers and 1 life. So it's not trivial, but if they don't poke too much more at life, then we just get to heal up to 3 life, which is really hard for them to get through. Well, we'll probably stay at 2 ultimately. 7. I am going to give a 2K, 1K, and then an 8 we will take. We could double heal, which is definitely an option here. Double heal and hold up a giant. Or we can play Robin and hold up 2 giants. Here, I think it's correct to just go with the 5. Again, not trashing anything. And then we'll switch to going at board, potentially. Because of the 2 blockers, it might be wiser to go at board. Then let's go 6 at 6. Will they let it go? I'm gonna go 7 at face then, I think. Because I want to get an extra card draw here. And this gets rid of a guy. Ooh, interesting that they opted to do that. And then we'll go 8 here. And then we get to draw from Kagura. Alright, so how do we do this? I think we just do Robin here. Use card action, gain 2 life, and hold up double giant. Yeah, I think this is the correct play. These double blockers are still around, but I do think that we will find a lethal line potentially against them, because they can't really go after one of our blockers. We have at least these 2 swings that we can force out some good damage with. Here, I think I will give my 2k 1k here, because it is an option. We'll use a giant on the next swing, and then we'll see about the second giant. Because this Calgara does not draw me cards anymore. Going a 7. Here we're definitely going to... We got 2 more K. And then they're gonna go 10-10. So we should counter this one as well. And then we will only be on 7 Dawn next turn. So we're gonna have to, our lethal is gonna look different. 10-10, we should be able to survive this. If they go 10 at one of these. Okay, going a 7. 7, 8, 8. It is correct to counter here. 1, 1, 1. And then they're gonna go 8 at Calgara, that's fine. 8 at lead. We take, yeah, let's go ahead and trigger here, grabbing a 2k. Oh, we can't grab that 2k. We'll grab just a 1k then. And then restand swing again, okay. And that's fine. Take that without an issue, and we get there. Nice. We've beaten Zoro twice. This Robin is actually a pretty big upgrade against Zoro. I haven't really played it much while playing this Robin. Let's do another game. All right, here we have Lucy. I can't imagine this one's going to be nice, but we will make an effort here. This seems like actually a pretty good thing, so we are going to keep this. We get to do... I think we want to do the Nami here because we want to find the Robin. Yeah, and we do find the Robin. I think we're going to need those Robins pretty intensely here. The card that we're worried a lot about is Berry No Pistol. Oh, I have to hit enter. Because that'll be a way for them to get rid of our Robins. We are going to... Ooh, luckily we do have the leader ability that doesn't really let them just take freely. Which works out quite nicely. And they are just doing some searches. I might just give a 2k. Okay, if it's a 5k, then we can just give... no, we'll take the first one. We'll take the first one. I want to see what cards I get. Okay, Gum Gum Giant's a great card to hit. We're going to swing a 7 Banish. And we're going to get rid of... I don't need 2 Shuras, so we're going to do one of the Shuras. And then we're going to play out the Shura here. Grabbing a Zoro, I think. Although Kingdom Come is pretty good, potentially, in this matchup. I think I'm probably better off just trying to do the heal. And probably just the fact that I bypassed the Kingdom Come here probably means that it isn't a card that I need in the deck. And I'm expecting to see Cavendish here. 5k here. We can take another one. Okay, no trigger. Yeah, there's the Cavendish. So let's do Robin into Calgara and then swing a 5. not using the trigger here. They're kind of incentivized to, yeah, there they go. They give a card for it. So unlike their normal matchups, they do not get to just go super big in hand because they can't just take freely in this matchup. On our next turn, we have Giant plus Robin. I think that's correct probably to use one of our 2Ks here. We'll use this one. A 5K. We will pitch this Robin. Yeah, here comes the Sabo. Kind of expected that. Okay, there goes Kagura. It's a little unfortunate there, but it is how it works. So let's go 5, or do I go 6? Let's go a 6 at lead. Kind of trying to coax them into using this one. I give it 2K. I'll go 7 at Cavendish. That'll probably get the block. Yeah, there's the block. And then we'll play the Robin, use card action, gain 2 life, and we'll pass back to our opponent. And another 6 here. I think I'm actually going to take this one. We got another Giant. Here comes another Sabo. Always the Sabos. Similar to how Zoro, it always feels like this deck is just like, yeah, this is an easy Giant here. Ooh, they're going for 12. So do we have enough? So go to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, so we do have enough. No block. We're going to pitch one of the Zoros. And then 2K and a 2K. And then do we give a 2K 1K? Yeah, I think we do give 2K 1K here. Because they're not holding up they're not respecting the ability for me to banish here. So let's go, yeah, let's go with a 6 again. Try to use up cards out of their hand. Okay, they do let us banish that. I'm surprised. Let's go 7. At this point, we might as well just go face. Interesting that they did it that way. Then we'll go at Cavendish. Take away their card draw if we can. Plus another card. Okay, they're down to 4 cards. We're in a decent spot. And we'll pass again. Now we can actually take the double hit without too much fear. Although we will take this one here. We will trigger this Nami so that we can grab another Robin. Okay, did they find another Sabo? They did find another Sabo. The train of Sabos continues playing. But like I was mentioning, this deck, kind of like Green Zoro, it does the same thing every game. And that's all that it does. It doesn't feel all that interesting in that regard. At least in my opinion, but it is what it is. This Robin is now officially gone, because we're not going to be able to... Ooh, I use that on it. I am okay with you using that. It means we get to swing at you with the Shura. And this one... Do we counter Yes, we should. And we'll give up the Shura this time. Because we can take one of these 9s. Ooh, interesting that they're opting to do that. I think I want to protect it, actually. We're gonna let it go. Because we have another one in the pocket. Let's go a 5 banish. Send a 2 over here. Let's go with a 9 at their face. This requires at least an extra card out of them. Okay, and then use card action, gain 2 life. 3 life. I think we might be in a decent spot here. They do have a lot of blockers, unfortunately. So that is going to definitely be a problem. I'm gonna have to take this one. Uh-oh. It's not a good start. If they find the 4th Sabo. Let's see. Okay. Now we have to... +3, 4, 5. And then with the draw, we'll get to heal 1 more potentially. Let's see if they sniff out the fact that I only have the 1 card. They're going with an 8. 9. No, we hit 2 double blanks. Alright, yeah, this is a tough matchup. The Sabo is stupid amounts of value, and to be honest, I don't think that this deck is that interesting because it is so linear once you get to the end game. It's just like all you do is in the early game is find Sabos, and all you do in the late game is play Sabos. Which, I mean, to each their own. Unfortunate that the event-heavy deck, which I normally would be interested in, I think Blue Purple Sunji is really interesting. The new event deck here with Sabo is so linear with the Sabos. You're not even really focused around playing events. It's just different kind of installs for Sabo. Alright, so wrapping up on the deck, it actually felt pretty good. Not all wins of the VV game was particularly difficult because they have the double Cavendish, so maybe we could use some different removal. I think the Raigo ended up being a brick almost all the time. So something that can interact with the, what's it called? The bodies on the board, particularly Cavendish, would be pretty useful. I wonder, looking at the deck, what could we take from the Enel? Don -2 is a bit harsh. Don -1 is pretty harsh in this deck. It doesn't become active, could be pretty useful. Leader Enel, Leader Enel, Leader Enel. So realistically, we could maybe use Mamaragon in a pinch as a way of getting around stuff in the end game, but I don't think that that's probably what we want. Alternatively, we can use a Maru maybe as a way to rest their we won't be at 1 life early enough, so that's not quite what we want. But I think maybe something like even Zeus would probably be useful as a way of just clearing those bodies out clean. Because we're already taking the life anyways, and we just have to counter with the life instead of taking those 5s early, so that we can use the Zeus. But yeah. What else would we want? What else is there to say about it? The Luffy didn't come very often, and I think that the Kagura and Zoro was probably enough even for this Robin. Because none of these have trigger, you're usually pitching your other cards. So what's left in your hand is going to be your Giants, your Robins, and your Sky Island stuff that you're already using. So I feel like pretty frequently you have enough to use with this Robin anyways. Yeah, otherwise I plan on playing something really similar to this. I will probably adjust some of the ratios based on what is in my collection. But I'll probably be playing something quite similar to this at my locals, which will be tonight from when this is posted. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you guys have been enjoying all the content over here with OP15, and I hope you're looking forward to OP16, because I know I am. I think that set's going to be an interesting development in the meta. But until the next video, I will sign off, and bye.